Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm outside. I'm actually in Devon at the moment. I'm in Ashburton. I've been around just a couple of charity shops. I got a little tiny bit of footage in an antique shop because I've been having a look there too. Just an antique shop just to see, because sometimes they have like little dig and delve little boxes, which they did, but there was nothing there. And also just to see how much they charge as well. But it's quite an expensive town. It's a very tiny town. It's only a handful of charity shops, but I have picked up a couple of things. So this video will be me in Devon, and I'm hoping that we're going to Exeter Racecourse car boot sale on Sunday, and I'm hoping I might get a little bit of footage there. I might even get Kathy to do a little bit of surreptitious filming in the background, but we'll see. Anyway, so enjoy the video today. I hope you enjoy it, and once I've done all the footage, all the little bits and pieces, then I'll see you back in my office later on for the haul. Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed all my footage. So I did manage to get some footage of inside charity shops and antique shops, as you saw. Prices are higher in Devon generally. A couple of things I found that I think are quite good bargains, but especially clothing I find is more expensive, and it's more expensive in Devon. But I still managed to pick up some. So as I've done recently on all my YouTube videos, I will go through the clothing I found first of all. So anybody who is not interested in the clothing, if you just want to move that fast forward past the clothing part until I get to the homewares. There's a lot of homewares here. I feel there's a lot of homewares, but actually looking at it, it doesn't look as big as I thought. But then again, I have picked up a fair few bits of clothes as well, and I certainly spent enough anyway over the weekend in Devon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start now, just show you briefly the clothing, because partly I don't know much about it. I haven't really looked at any of it. I haven't looked at any labels yet. So I'm just going to literally give you an idea of what I've picked up for the clothing side. The homewares, as always, I'll go into a bit more detail because I know some of you do like that. So first of all, we have a jumpsuit here. It's modern. It's still got its tags on. Wallace, £48. It's kind of a leaf print. It's a wrap over front, gathered. It's got a belt with it. It's got a tapered leg and pockets. You know, a lot of anybody who will understand what I mean when pockets are important, aren't they? I love a pocket. So that's that jumpsuit, first of all, by Wallace. Now this one, I'm not sure whether this might be vintage monsoon. I'm really not sure. I'd have to check out the label. The label is white, a white label. So I do think it's probably modern, and it's got capital letters for the print of the name Monsoon. But it is a V-neck and V-back summer dress. It's got this lovely panel, gathered panel in the same kind of fabric as the dress. It's got an elasticated waist with a tie string, as you can see just here. There's the tie string. And then at the bottom, which is what really sold it for me, was this lovely, I don't know whether you can see, the pleat, and it's higher at one side than the other. Lovely frill around the bottom, and it's got a lot of movement in it. It feels like it's 100% cotton. I haven't looked at the label yet, so I'm not that sure, but I do believe it probably is. And that's Monsoon, and it's Monsoon Beach, so it's their beach collection. The next one is very 1950s inspired. It's a little halter neck with, we've got the neck straps here, just like that. And there's a lovely wide black ribbon around the middle. It's got a gathered back. It's not boned. The bodice isn't boned at all. It's got a nice little sweetheart front just there. And then you've got this lovely wide A-line skirt. It is fully lined, and it's got a lovely long layer of tulle underneath, which pushes the skirt out a little bit, which I thought was really pretty, and that's in black with white polka dots. The next one is in a L to XL size, elasticated waist. Again, it's black lined, and it's got a layer of netting over the top. It's not tulle, it's not stiff enough to be tulle. It's more mesh, but it's got this beautiful embroidery all over the outside. So they're really pretty. I would say it's a midi. It's just below the knee on me. I'm 5'5". I just thought it was really pretty, and I love the way the mesh goes lower than the lining as well, the same as on the other dress. Now the next one is Wallace crochet top. This is in a size small, so an 8 to 10. It's got 3/4 length sleeves with a lovely scalloped edge. So this is like a mesh with an embroidery kind of pattern, and it's got the same scalloped hem as well. It's fitted, and it's got a wide boat neck, as you can see there. So I thought that was quite pretty. and picked it up. As you can see, I'm racing through the clothes because this is quite a long video, so I think the clothing is not what a lot of you come for. So I just thought I'd show you exactly what I've got. I haven't told you any prices. So all these prices, I mean, one was in the sale, are up to £5. I don't pay more than £5 for clothing. And I think that's pricey enough. This one was actually £4. So this is per Una, and it's got a lovely contrast polka dot collar in a frill, and then it's got this lovely black and white floral design. And I don't know whether it picks it up, but it's got tiny little embroidered white, kind of almost like broderie on glaze kind of embroidery in between, so it's quite pretty. And then at the bottom, again, this is like a fit in a flare dress, and at the bottom it's got this wonderful detail of frills with the polka dot around it as well. Sorry, slight interruption there. So I've got these lovely pleats inside it, and then you've got that frill around it, which I thought was really pretty and a little bit unusual. The next thing I've got is another monsoon. I think it's what, monsoon? Yes, monsoon. Again, I don't know, I don't think it's old at all, but this is a midi dress. It's kind of a shift dress. It's got a V neck and back again, but it's got these lovely tasseled, tied kind of fringed bits on the side. So it's kind of Aztec Indian inspired. It's got embroidery also around the side slits. It could be a beach cover up, I would think. I think I would probably list it as a beach cover up. It's lovely and roomy. It's very cool. It's in like a linen-y, muslin-y material. So I think that'll be perfect for the beach. Then the next one I've got, now this is a vintage Y2K by Motel, which I know is a vintage brand, and it's a very little slip of a dress with lace. It's made to, it's when in the late 90s, early 2000s, nightwear was used as daywear, if you like. So we've got the lovely lace here, and then lace around this little slit, but it's a very, very short little dress. I think this is in a size, I'm not sure, size S, so an 8 to 10 again, a little dress. There you are. So that's that one, and we've got one more on the clothing side, and then I can get back to what I really feel comfortable talking about, because these things I'm really basically just showing you what they look like. This is, I would say, it's by Calico. It's really pretty. It's just under the knee it comes to, I think. Yes, maybe midi. It's a dress made to look like a skirt and top with a lovely lace over the top of powder blue, and the lace is in like an ice blue with flowers around the top. I think, you know, wedding guest kind of outfit, it would look really nice at a wedding, and it is nice and cool. It's fully lined, and yeah, that's a size, it doesn't say, I would say that's a size 10, maybe a size 12. So that's it. So that's the clothing. I'm going to get off the clothing now because it's not my area of expertise, if I am an expert at all. Now we'll get on to the homewares. So this is where I'm happiest. So we will start at one end. So first of all, £4, I picked up this, which I thought was very cute. A lovely little kind of a trinket basket, maybe for the kitchen or for shelf styling, putting makeup in even. Just really pretty, very French looking, isn't it? And that was £4 from, I think that was St Luke's Hospice. I need to find somewhere to put all this. The next I picked up, and it was actually in a little market, and the lady was selling some vintage items, and this one was £3. It's got black velvet lining inside. It's a little, very pretty little trinket box. As you can see, there's engravings all the way around. It's in good condition. It's got little feet on the bottom of it and a lovely kind of rose topping. There's a little bit of wear to the edge, but actually I think that adds to its appeal because it doesn't look brand new, and I don't think it is, especially with that black velvet lining. I would say it's probably a few years old. So that was £3. The next I picked up with this pair. Now this is, I would say, for a pair of candlesticks I paid £6, so £3 each, but they are quite striking, and I would probably list these kind of end of August because they're quite autumnal looking, quite tribal almost. I don't know, I don't think they're there's any age to them, but I would say somewhere like Next Home, or I don't know, Dunelm maybe. What do you think? Does anybody recognise these? So these are £3 each. They are ceramic, they're in really good condition, as you can see. For pillar candles, or just as ornaments on the shelves, on the end of a mantelpiece each side, if you've got a big mantelpiece. Yeah, I just thought that was really nice. Also on a dining table, especially with autumnal decor. So I'll be listing those possibly in my autumn collection. I'm not sure yet. I might just list them now. They were £3 each, as I said. The next is, oh, I love this, little peg bag. Lovely tapestry peg bag with a pocket. It's got the hanger built in. That was £3. I picked up soft furnishings, this kind, especially this kind of fabric as well. I'm not sure whether it's new, whether it's handmade. It could be handmade, quite possibly handmade. It's quite a simple design. But yes, I just thought it was really pretty. And then I got another one. There's a bit of a theme here. Now this is much older than the other white one that I showed you. There's a little bit of rust. It's a little bit more rustic. The handle is a little worn, but apparently the ladies in the charity shop, this was from Children's Hospice Southwest, they said that the lady brought a load of stuff in, and this is from France, which would make sense. It does look very French, whereas I think the white one I showed you maybe was French effect. I think it's newer, but this is definitely a little bit older, and I just think that, as I think this lady used it as an egg basket, but I think pop a little plant pot in there, and I just think that would be so cute. You could either suspend it on a hook and have it as a hanging basket, or pop it on a conservatory floor or next to a fireplace through the summer and have a nice palm in there. But I just thought that was really, really sweet, even with the little bits of rust. As you can see, it's a little bit rough looking, but incredibly pretty. So and the handles are, they're a little bit worn again, and they got green with a cream colour in the middle. Very, very cute though. That one was £3.50. And then, now where shall I go next? This one. So as you know, I do love a little bit of silver plate. I love a little bit of antique glass. So this kind of encompassed both things for me. So we've got a toast rack with 2 plates. I would imagine these were butter pats. They're thick glass, and they've got that the lovely sunburst design underneath. And then I'm not sure that it's silver plate. It'll say it on the bottom. It says Celtic quality plate, so it is silver plated. And then you've got this wonderful ornate design either side of that toast rack. Age-wise, I would say maybe 1960s, because it's not Art Deco, because of the scrolls and the swirls. It might even be as late as 1980s, but because of this, I don't think so. It's frosted glass. These are really heavy, and I would say that these are chosen because they would keep the butter cool if you peeled off the butter pats and popped them in these. But what do you think? I think that's absolutely lush. That's one of my favourite pieces, and actually you could put it quite happily with this, which is something that I bought a while ago, this tiny little butter or cheese dish. And that is also, it might even be by the same company, I'm not sure. So yeah, so I was always going to pick this up all day long. I just think that was absolutely gorgeous. And as I said, it was £2.99. And I think this was Oxfam. Now Oxfam always do unusual stuff that's just up my street, basically. So that was the toast rack. Then we've got these are £2 each. They've got no fixings on them, so I'm not quite sure, but they're fish, just wooden, possibly hand carved. You can see the grain in that one. They're different colours, but I don't know whether they go together. They are carved very differently, but you know, pop them on a wall with a fixing. If they don't have any fixings on the back, you could easily pop in a hook or something of those. Maybe on the wall, maybe, I don't know, shelf styling, something like that. But I just thought they were a little bit different, so I picked them up anyway. And then the next thing we've got is a couple of, now I have a feeling, because these were framed in Ashburton, I bought these in a neighbouring town. I think there is a signature, Bernice Parsons, it looks like. They're a matching pair. They are absolutely beautiful. I do think that these are originals. £4 each. Now I'll try and get the reflection off. Can you see that beautiful, I would imagine watercolours, possibly, but they're very, very detailed. They may not be watercolours, but they're not oils. So, but I do think they're originals. I don't think these are prints because they were professionally framed in Ashburton, which is Devon. It's one of the towns I visited. But yeah, so those are just incredibly pretty. Really, really pretty. So I'll do a bit of research into the artist, but Bernice Parsons, I mean, probably not a well-known artist, but maybe locally well-known in Devon. And I know when I had the Molly Fisher watercolour, she painted Mullion Cove, and somebody who lives in Mullion Cove bought it. And Molly Fisher is very well known in Cornwall for painting pictures of Mullion Cove, which is a well-known cove in Cornwall. So local support for this kind of artist might actually go in its favour, and it might fetch a good bit. So these two are a possibility of being quite good. Now let's see, I'm running out of space. Okay, so the next thing I've got is a photo frame. Now the reason I picked this up, I don't usually pick up photo frames very much, but this one, the reason I picked it up is that I have already sold in this design with this resin in like a marble design, and then these with the rhinestones in it, this ornate kind of detail with the ornate feet as well. I sold two tea light holders in the exact same colours as this. So the exact same company. I can't remember what they're called. It says indiajane.com, but it is actually by, I think it's Dutch, the company, but I'm not quite sure, so I'd have to look into it. The people who actually make these, not the websites that sell them. So I will look into that. That was £3.25. As you saw, obviously the fish were £2 each, and the prints were £4 each. Okay, so the next is this cute little photo frame. Photo frame or picture frame. It's got a Saddleback, or say 1990s design. Very cute. Pastel-y, made to look a little bit older than it is. I think this is paste or plaster of Paris frame, gold edging and gold in a matte design, almost like wallpaper. It might be hand painted even. £1.50 that was. This was just unusual, and I do like to pick up unusual. I mean, the glue's coming away, you can see the glue, so it shows that it is old. The fixings are still left on the back to be popped on the wall. You can see the holes where the fixings were. This really unusual, this really old car, which is Napier 1908, it says, to Doddington, London 72. So I don't know if anybody knows anything about that. As you can see, they're written in hand here. Some kind of memory, some kind of race maybe, car race, the first one, the last one, or I don't know, 1972, 1908, Napier and Doddington. No, D Eddington, Napier 1908, D Eddington, London 72. Any clues, anybody? Please let me know. So this old car is made completely out of watches. I think there's, yeah, I think it's all intact. It looks all intact. There's nothing rattling around in it. It's like a shadow box. There, and I just picked up, it was £2.50. And as you know, I pick up stuff that's just a little bit different sometimes. Got myself a belt, real leather belt, really pretty. It looks like hibiscus, possibly hibiscus, flowers, and it's got a lovely ornate bit here. It's got an ornate buckle, and it's got the lovely brass ornate end as well. So, I mean, I've sold 3 belts again. I tend to sell 3 or 4 belts every single week. So they're picked up every time, as you well know. Next one, this is a wood plate, and it's got the hanging wire already on the back, ready to go. But I just thought the detail of these beautiful sunflowers was stunning. I mean, you can really see, it just makes them look 3D. That's really, really good paintwork there. Tiny little ditzy flowers in between as well. And I thought on somebody's gallery wall, it's just going to look really good. So this is a little bit of cotton going through the little hole in the back so that you can hang it. It would hang like this. And I just thought that was absolutely gorgeous. That was £1.50. Then the next thing I picked up, £2, this gorgeous little hand-painted carved duck trinket box. Yeah, I just thought he was pretty neat. So I picked him up, or her, but I think it's a him from the colouring. The males are more colourful than the females, aren't they? There's a little chip to his beak there, and a few other little marks. I thought he was wood when I picked him up, but actually he is ceramic, not wood. So yes, that's the little duck. Then we've got another, this is pressed flowers with a little William Shakespeare from A Winter's Tale, Act 4, Scene 3, a little phrase in there, and there's the pressed flowers around. And on the back it's by Joanna Sheen. Now, I believe Joanna Sheen did a lot of pressed flower art for St Michael, which was Marks and Spencer's. So it may well be a Marks and Spencer's St Michael 1980s special, but these are all dried flowers, very pretty in mauves and pinks. And then we've got this one. I'm trying to save the biggest things to last, so I've got one very big thing here, or two very big things. So this, it needs a lot of work, but it's a 6 candled candelabra, quite modern, very Scandinavian looking. I have sold one similar, which was in chrome. This one obviously is black, so more gothic. I think it does look very gothic, very Traitors, don't you think? You know, when you watch if you watch the Traitors, very much like that. You can just imagine some tapered candles in this in the centre of a table would be quite dramatic. You could even put some kind of maybe a pillar candle in the centre, purple or black pillar candle just to finish it off. But this just needs a good clean. I mean, it's mainly muck and wax as far as I can see, so it just needs a good clean. I might even take it home with me and clean it in the sink at home, which is bigger than the sink I've got in my room here. So that's that one. Then we've got two rather larger ones. Now literally I've just sold a platter, but this is a turkey platter for Thanksgiving. So any of our friends from the States who are watching my video, this is a turkey platter. Isn't it a beauty? I don't know how old it is. I think it's stoneware. From the back of it, it looks like it might even be ironstone. Very hard wearing ceramic with a turkey in the middle, and then it's got lots of plants. I would imagine they are all like cranberries and things like that around the edge. It looks like. It's heavy, weighing me down. It's beautiful. I've literally just sold a white platter as soon as I put it on. That one was on my website, then I moved it to my platforms because it hadn't sold, and it went within 20 minutes. So this has got a few marks on it. It needs a good clean, and it's also got some other more stubborn marks. I can't see there's any chips to it though. It looks like it's in really good condition. I think it's pretty old. But what do you think? What do you think of the platter? I just think that's really cool. So I will probably be listing this maybe, I don't know, maybe August, September time when people are starting to think about Thanksgiving. Obviously, as all these items here, if anybody wants to buy something before it's listed, please just comment or find me on social media under Nikki the Crafty Thrifter and send me a message, and we can then make an arrangement for me to send it to you, and you can pay it online at that point before it's listed. So that's a turkey platter. And the last of all, I nearly walked away from this. I thought it might be modern, but doing a little bit of research, I think it's probably 1980s. It's handmade, I think, and it's very big. It's a piece of art. There you go, look at that. So because of this here, which is, it's like mock Hessian almost, mock fabric, it is wood, not very thick wood, it's very fragile, it kind of, the glass is quite loose as you can hear, but it's pretty impressive. It's all made out of beads, coloured beads, and yes, it is mainly coloured beads, a little bit of braiding. There's a little bit of, as you can see, edging there, like almost like rickrack. Yes, so that is kind of a, I would say a collage, isn't it? And then this is the back, which is why I thought it was probably older, as you can see with all those staple shaped fixings there. There is a modern fitting here to hang it, but I believe that was put on later on because that is a modern fitting, and it doesn't fit with any of this, which is the kind of the fixings to keep it in place. As I said, it's quite fragile. I would have to pack it really carefully, but it's big, as you can see. I would say it's about 60 centimeters long, by about 50, maybe yeah, about 50. So yeah, a really big one, which I just thought was really good. And that's the finale, if you like. That's the last thing. This has been such a long video. If you have got to the end, well done, because you've got a lot of patience. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go now. I'm not going to mess about, and I'm not going to take my time going. Thanks for watching very much. I really appreciate all your support. If you like this video, please give it a thumb up. Comment on any of my items that you like, that you know something about, especially that car picture. Hit the bell for notifications so you're told when I've got a new video on, if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe so that you can keep up with my reselling journey as things move on. So anyway, have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.